Hey, yo, say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, well,
young boy Larson. I thought I was done with it. Thought it was over.
Thought we were done with it, but then the WWE decided to somebody decided to get some COVID, man. What's going on here? So I was driving. I'll just set this up. I was driving. I was at a red light, and I looked down at my phone really quick because I do that sometimes, and I see that I got an alert from Fightful Select. And I know it's going to be good if I'm getting an alert from Fightful Select. You guys go check it out.
Yeah, go subscribe to Fightful Select, and you too can get the notifications from them for some juicy info.
So I got it from them first, but then the news spread like a virus, Larson. What is going on?
As you mentioned, Fightful Select sent something out to their patrons saying, quote, throughout the week, Fightful has been approached by nearly a dozen members of the WWE roster within the industry about alleged COVID-19 positive tests in WWE. Days later, Fightful was able to obtain a WWE memo that was sent out via the company's internal app on April 5th. That was day 2 of WrestleMania. And this memo mentioned, quote, we have just been notified that, name redacted, was diagnosed with COVID-19. WWE doctors spoke with redacted this morning and reported they had last had contact with anyone at WWE on March 26th at the Performance Center. Shortly thereafter, Pro Wrestling Sheet got a statement from WWE which read, quote, a WWE employee has tested positive for COVID-19. We believe this matter is low risk to WWE talent and staff as the individual and roommate became symptomatic in the days following exposure to 2 people working in acute health care on the evening of March 26th. So that was the last day of shooting for WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
After WWE TV production on a closed set was already complete, the employee had no contact with anyone from WWE since being exposed to those 2 individuals. In doing so, is doing well, and made a complete recovery. Pro Wrestling Sheet also states that, quote, we're told the person that began feeling symptomatic and was tested for coronavirus, the person tested positive, immediately went into quarantine. Since then, they've been in quarantine the entire time. Sources say the person was clear of the virus at the end of this week and is now feeling much better.
Okay,
and then,
wait, I want the punchline here, Larson.
Okay, go ahead.
I want the punchline. Finally, Fightful Select noted, Vince McMahon knew about the positive test almost a week before his decision to go live for upcoming shows. We just reported earlier today in our news brief, hopefully you saw it, that Vince McMahon, I have no idea what the sort of context with this part of a very aggressive Vince McMahon at the SmackDown tapings said, we're going to do this live. So, oh man.
Does he not understand? I understand there's financial pressures. Does he not understand? Unless they're going to run exclusively shows using people who live in Orlando, does not understand that people having to fly in from out of town, it's putting more and more people at risk, putting more people on the roster at risk.
Just take away the part where you say flying them into town. Like, even if they have them holed up in a hotel. Like, this is not a wise move.
No.
So it's okay. So
it wasn't a wise move before we knew about this. Now that we know about this, it's like a horribly stupid move.
Yeah, I know. It makes it even. It compounds it. It compounds the stupidity because at first
really does.
You were walking on eggshells, tightrope, thin ice, whatever you want, whatever metaphor you want to use. Now you've broken through the ice and you're still trying to swim, and it's not.
Yeah, the water's getting. You realize the water is very cold.
You're not trying to get out of the water. You're trying to stay in the water.
You see a hunk of ice sheet over there. You're trying to swim to that and pull yourself up.
This is like somebody needs to stop this guy because this honestly, like ever since this stuff started, the rumors have been that this is Vince and Vince alone that's into this, and nobody else wants to do it, and people are unhappy, and I just feel like he is feeling this. There's 2 things. Number one, he's feeling the immense business impact this is happening, and it's all due to something that he feels, given his history, is fake. is he doesn't believe in sickness. He doesn't believe in germs.
No, not believing in sickness is not the same as not believing in germs. I feel like that's 2 different things. I feel like not believing in sickness is a control thing on his part, of that if your body says, hey, I don't feel well, you power through.
Yeah.
That's the sense of it for me. Him saying, "Oh, sickness doesn't exist," is not the same as germs don't exist. Those are two different things. I feel like, but I could be wrong. Because was it Arn Anderson on his podcast was saying that if you're around Vince or you cough or sneeze, he wants you to get the hell out of there.
Whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
His beliefs towards illness in general just seems to be abnormal. Like, you should just power through all this stuff and everybody will be fine. Unfortunately, that doesn't mesh with actual science, which is why Roman Reigns was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then, of course, there's also whenever I see Daniel Bryan on TV, I get freaked out, too, because of what Brie Bella said.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, it's bad. It's bad news. So this was on-screen talent.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
But not a roster member.
Sheet member. Yeah, mentioned that it was on-screen talent.
Yeah.
So that you would think if it's not a roster member, it'd be one of the interviewers or someone from commentary. Yeah.
So we know that Cole and Graves were both there, obviously for the SmackDown thing. So it's probably not going to be one of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah,
it would be interesting to see come this next week if everybody's usually filling the roles they generally fill. Given that in this statement from WB that Pro Wrestling Sheet got, said made a complete recovery, clear the virus at the end of the week, and is now feeling much better. If they're going to feel comfortable putting them back out there to do their job. Just today, I read a thing where, granted, the HWO, the World Health Organization, doesn't exactly understand or don't quite know exactly the technicalities of this, but there's been some examples of people who seemingly have been cleared of symptoms, tested negative, only to subsequently test positive.
Yeah.
As in they're still potentially shedding virus. So
there's still a lot we don't know about this thing.
Exactly. So it'd be interesting to see if WWE's like, oh, you tested negative, you feel great, back to work with you, Or if they like, all right, let's give this another week or two just to make sure you're not spreading, you're not shedding virus. You may be asymptomatic, just for this the health and safety and the well-being of the performers and all the staff there. It's
funny. So I'm looking at Twitter right now, and people are like trying to figure out who it was. Somebody named Donnell says, how many non-roster on-screen talent would have a roommate? It narrows it down. And then there's a gif of Charlie Caruso. You can't do that, man. You can't start a witch hunt here, man.
No, that's irresponsible.
It really is.
That's irresponsible. So I mean,
not quite as irresponsible as running live shows during a pandemic.
That's horribly irresponsible. Yes. So I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's going to be. I worry it's going to be a UFC type situation where either the government or WWE's broadcast partners are going to say no. Can't do this anymore.
If this was in California, Newsom would have shut it down already.
Done.
He would have shut it down.
Done weeks ago.
Yeah.
They said WrestleMania's here. Oh, sorry. Tough.
Yeah, but Florida's the land of the kind of weird. No offense to any friendos out there, but the Florida man is an actual meme. So yeah, things go a little different there. So yeah, obviously we'll monitor this situation. It's you can only pray that the foolish will be somehow protected. That's all you can. That's by fate somehow.
What I'm hoping for is there's enough roster members who, especially those who are higher up the card, who feel like they have quite a bit of leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Who, at a certain point, I understand the philosophy of the show must go on, but also, hey, we're here to provide a distraction from the craziness of the outside world to our fans, to bring them some fun for a couple hours, to put on a show to entertain them. I understand that. That's fine for WrestleMania. But at a certain point, like someone like Seth Rollins, who is like the very definition of the company guy.
Yeah.
If he were to step up and go, all right, nope.
Yeah.
This is too much. You're putting us at risk. It's going to take a group of wrestlers to stand up. And Roman could be amongst them, but I think it's going to take a good amount of high profile main event talent to step up and go, this is going on too far. We don't think this is cool. We're putting our health at risk. For what? So let's just cut it out.
What if you do this? What if you just say, hey, listen, If you believe that this is a hoax, raise your hand. Okay, Jackson Riker, you can wrestle. Everybody else, go home and stay safe.
So every episode, Jackson Riker versus Invisible Man.
I want to see him do an Invisible Man match. That'd be great. Heck yeah, dude. Vince can be the ref. Y'all think it's fake? Go ahead, do it.
There's just so much unknown about what's going on that at this point it's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. It's so irresponsible.
Yeah.
To continue to operate in this manner. You can take all the, like I said in the earlier show, you can take all the precautions you can.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are foolproof.
Yeah.
None of them eliminate all the risk.
I think
eliminate all the risks is that people stay home.
The biggest thing for me, dude, is the hubris of saying, no, we're going to do it live. A very aggressive Vince McMahon. No, we're going to do it live. It's like you're eliminating some of the precautions when you do it that way. So it's like you're not taking all the precautions that you possibly can. Speaking of taking precautions, as you guys have noticed throughout this entire thing, Larson and I have been out of the office. I have not been in contact with you for weeks now, in person contact. So we made the decision. I posted this on Twitter today, so I figured we just let out of the bag for our video audience. We are on now road to out of office. We're not going to be in an office anymore. We'll just do this real quick. Couple advantages that we've noticed once we started doing this was things like what you're seeing right now, the immediacy of a remote news brief.
Just get out it right away, yeah.
Being able to do the recaps within an hour or two of the actual shows happening. Having kids be off frame or sometimes in frame like Alabama was here.
Or dogs, in my case now, if you can hear the click-clacking of my dog's
You versus Zoe is feud of the year so far.
Zoe, you want to get in on this?
Yeah, get in on it. Why not? And so you would sort of come up with the idea to, hey, maybe we won't. Hey, Zoe. Hi, Daddy. I love you so much. We came up with the idea, or you came up with the idea, or somebody had mentioned in chat, hey, with you guys not being able to be in the office for potentially a couple of months, have you guys thought of getting rid of it? And you were like, yeah, kind of. And I was like, no, what's your problem? And then I thought long and hard for like 30 minutes. And then I was like, hey, let's leave the office.
Yeah, it was a complete 180 from no, not going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
To like I couldn't even broach the conversation. No, my mind's made up. Done.
It's done. And so that doesn't mean you'll never see me and Larson together again.
No, I'm never leaving my house again. Just so you know.
Once all this blows over, right now the plan is for pay-per-view watch parties and pay-per-view recaps to be here in the office, my house, like we used to do them, like we used to do 10 for the win style. We used to do Going in Raw here. And then Mondays, we're going to get together. We'll shoot the news brief, the mailbag for audio. And then like if we're, 10 for the win type stuff or 10 for the win.
Gaming stuff.
Like there's still going to be plenty of material out there that has us interacting as human beings. But the idea that we're able to hop on here, do these news briefs as news happens, do the podcasts, the recaps moments after the shows go off the air is a really appealing one. We've seen it reflected in the numbers, the enthusiasm, and I don't think we lose a step doing it this way. In fact, I'm kind of more comfortable doing it this way.
Yeah,
anyways.
I know. I think we gained several steps in terms of efficiency.
I feel like we're a lot more productive doing it this way. Mm-hmm. So it was a good 2 years there at the office. It flew by. But we got to move on. We're going to be another great thing. We're going to be saving a chunk of change.
Oh, yes.
So we can put it in our pockets or maybe invest it in the show. Either way, we make out great. And so do you guys. Thanks everybody for all the support throughout all the years. And we're going to be here hopefully for a number of more years to come. And thanks for watching.
Maybe we'll have Road to Office Space round 2.
That might be. You never know. 2022, you never know. If the numbers keep on going up, we want to hire like 5 people.
I don't see that happening. But
Me neither. Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.